Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to our channel once again. On 15th day of February 2025, Raila Odinga lost his bid of becoming the next chair of the African Union Commission. And the question shifted to what next for Raila Odinga. And indeed, Raila Odinga came back into the country and he made the big announcement that he was going to embark on a journey of consulting his people on the next course of action. And Raila Odinga has been traversing the country in the name of consultation. Yesterday, Raila Odinga was in Wajir, that far end. As we speak, Raila Odinga is in Kisii. Raila Odinga has covered the entire Nyanza. And Raila Odinga is expected to make that announcement based on what he told the Kenyans, maybe by Sunday, because he told Kenyans he was going to make that announcement this week. But is Raila Odinga really consulting his supporters? For me, if you ask me that question, I would tell you that Raila Odinga is not doing any consultation. Raila Odinga has already sealed a deal with William Ruto. And what he's doing is that he's managing the expectation of his supporters. I want you guys to listen to Raila Odinga yesterday in Wajir.
Mimi niliuliza nyinyi tufanye vipi? Tumjua jamaa mwingine alikuwa anasema ati ameweka mtego. Alikuwa anaweka mtego. Kila mahali ameweka mtego, hakuna kitu ya kupita, kuna mambo ya handshake, kuna mambo ya nusu mkate. Sasa namna hiyo. Sasa mnataka tuende kwa jamaa mwenye mtego? Tuongee na mwenye mtego? Juzi mimi nilimwambia yeye hadithi ya Kiswahili. Tendawili. Mtego ya panya kuingia waliomo na wasiokuwemo. Unajua maana yake? Ni maana yake. Kuna jamaa mwingine alikuwa anasumbuliwa na panya. Akipika chakula, panya anakuja anaingia na kula chakula yake. Jamaa alifadhaika sana. Kisha akaamua atafute mtego. Akaenda akatafuta mtego. Akaweka mtego hapo, akaweka nyama ndani ya mtego. Sasa ilipanya kija jaribu kuchukua nyama hii, inanaswa. Jamaa katoka. Panya alipokuja akaona hiyo mtego, akaona kuna nyama lakini kuna hatari. Akajihadhari.
Ladies and gentlemen, from that alone, it is very clear that Raila Odinga is not going to join hands with Rigathi Gachagua. As we speak, Rigathi Gachagua is the face of opposition in the Republic of Kenya. Which means if Raila Odinga were to join the other side, the first person he would be working with is none other than Rigathi Gachagua. In this video, I want us to look at 2 or 3 main things. Who benefits from Raila Odinga and William Ruto deal? Because the deal is there. And number 2, the implication of that deal as far as 2027 presidential elections in the Republic of Kenya is concerned. Before you do that, for those who are watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or 2, click at that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, let us dive in and let us begin by looking at who benefits from Raila Ruto deal. Because I've studied, I attend Bunge la Wananchi meetings in Kisumu. I get comments, I read comments here and other places online. Most Kenyans are not happy with Raila Odinga. But the question is, who benefits from the deal he has with Ruto. Let us look at Raila Odinga. How is Raila Odinga benefiting? Number one, Raila Odinga is going to secure some key roles in government, either the prime minister or whatever. Even if not Raila Odinga directly, we have seen his allies, the alleged experts, already in government controlling key ministries. So that is the first benefit Raila Odinga is getting from this deal. The second benefit is that there are always business opportunities, if not directly for Raila Odinga, but if not directly to Raila Odinga, then indirectly to his allies. Raila Odinga contested for the presidency. Running for the presidency is not an easy task. It means you must get support, mostly from people who have business interest in the Republic of Kenya. Without a deal, there is no way William Ruto's government can award a tender worth, let's say, 1 billion or 500 million Kenya shillings to a non-Raila Odinga ally. Right now, Raila Odinga can actually put a case forward to one of his friends that, there's this contract here. Like I know this housing. I know one of his friends is doing in Kisumu here. So that's how they benefit. And of course, our development in this country is tied to political patronage. So which means Raila Odinga can now use his working relationship with William Ruto to influence development projects. Like, for example, when he had a handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta, that's when we saw this port of Kisumu being constructed. As we speak, John Mbadi is the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury. Sama Tandi has just been elected or proposed to chair the budget committee. So which means a Tandi can be used to allocate certain funds in the budget, then Mbadi will be allocating those money. So it means if there's a road Raila Odinga would really want to be developed, let's say in Kakamega, he can use his influence. So that's how Raila Odinga benefits. The second person benefiting from this deal is William Ruto himself. Because by working with Raila Odinga, the opposition is now weak. In parliament, Ruto now has the numbers. And of course, William Ruto can also use this now to consolidate or solidify power. Because the moment Rigathi Gachagua left William Ruto, he was exposed. Now he has Raila Odinga who is coming with numbers. So he can easily consolidate. And importantly, it also gives Ruto the opportunity to make entry into Raila Odinga strongholds. For example, William Ruto can now come to Kisumu here. He will be received by the member of parliament. He will be received by my friend Adunyang. He will be received by local leaders here who are mostly in ODM party. And through that, he can persuade some of them to start viewing him differently. So it opens the door for William Ruto to now venture. William Ruto now can go to the coastal region and being hosted by the governor for Mombasa, the governor for Kilifi without any problem. But who are the biggest losers? The biggest loser in this are the ODM supporters, or let's call them Azimio supporters, because they have a very strong feeling that Raila Odinga has betrayed them, because they wanted to remove William Ruto from power, and they believed that they did that, but William Ruto rigged himself in, and they were seeing an opportunity of removing William Ruto from office in 2027. Now they are working together. They're not even sure what to do. So which means majority of Raila Odinga supporters, whether in Azimio or ODM, feels betrayed. Importantly, there is Kenya Kwanza baggage. Remember what happened to Raila Odinga during the handshake. He carried some burden which he could not offload. And most of those burdens were actually began even before the handshake. But he carried them. As we speak, Kenya Kwanza has really lost favor with Kenyans. And Raila Odinga is now being viewed as a enabler. And because of that, his supporters feel that, he should not have done that. The other loser, and this is very painful, is Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka and other Azimio leaders. But I want to focus on Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Without Raila Odinga, Kalonzo is now stranded. With Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka would have easily been endorsed. And with the support of Rigathi, nothing can or could stop Kalonzo Musyoka. So as we speak, we are also staring at a weak opposition, because the ODM party, which is the largest within the opposition, is now in bed with the government. So the opposition, as we speak, is very weak. Ladies and gentlemen, let us look at the political implication. How this deal between Ruto and Raila is going to affect 2022 presidential elections in the Republic of Kenya. Because so far, we don't know what the deals contains. But what we know is that there is power sharing. That's something we already know. There's power sharing. Raila Odinga and his allies are already in government. In parliament, they have been allocated some committees. So there's a deal. But what would be the implication? Number one, it's either going to make or break Ruto in 2027, depending on how the politics is going to play out. For example, William Ruto is very unpopular as we speak. Raila Odinga has joined him, and the assumption is Raila Odinga is going to win the support of ODM to his side. What will happen if ODM supporters say, we are not joining you, wewe enda peke yako? That will be the end of Ruto, because Ruto has already lost the mountain. And of course, they now decide to agree to support someone else. So for me, it's going to be tricky for William Ruto moving forward. Number two, this deal has the potential of unifying the mountain. And a united Mount Kenya is very dangerous for William Ruto. Mount Kenya will be united because, number one, Raila phobia. Uhuru Kenyatta told them Raila was bad. Ruto told them Raila is bad. Now they voted against Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga is now in government. They are being removed from government. So they are going to create a narrative that Raila is the one who is removing them from government. So they're going to be very angry and bitter. And therefore, there's the possibility of them uniting because of Raila Odinga. So that unity can come. And the moment that unity will come, Ruto is going to be in a problem. Because the mountain cannot decide to vote against Ruto, not Raila now. And the way the mountain are, the way I know them, if they'll decide to vote Ruto out, they'll wake up very early to remove William Ruto. But of course, there's also the other side that Raila Odinga supporters can actually follow Ruto and then cancel the vote for the mountain. So that's the second implication. The third implication, in my view, is going to be impact on Raila Odinga's traditional support base. That is the coastal region, Nyanza, Western. What's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen to those regions? Are they going to follow Raila Odinga to government, or are they going to rebel? Something tells me that in places like Nyanza, they might go with Raila Odinga. But I'm seeing some rebellion against Raila Odinga emerging in the Luhya nation. And it's very deliberate. What about the coastal region? It means William Ruto can now go to the coastal region and even compete with Raila Odinga over the coastal region. And lastly, this deal is going to have serious implication on the opposition. It's going to literally kill all the opposition in general in Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe I need to get your thinking. Do you think Raila Odinga should support William Ruto? Let me hear your thought on that. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.